Okay, well, let's start checking some of the words. Okay. Okay. Okay, Rolando says the core of education system should be the creation of a new generation with the eagerness of doing new things, avoiding the repetition of the previous generation achievements. People who can agree easily with everything they face are the ones who are inventive, creative, and critical. Okay, you got idea? Excellent. Okay. Another one. Andrea. Maria and Andrea. Maria and Andrea. Could you read your paraphrasing? Maria Andrea Rodríguez.
Este muchachito precioso, venga.
Yes. María Belén. María and Andrea.
Sorry. I was talking to my dog.
Okay. María Andrea Rodríguez. ¿Sí o no sé si es? Okay. Una María Andrea Rodríguez. María Andrea. Johnny Ortuño. Could you read,
Yes, Professor.
please?
Okay. Jean Piaget talks about education and its main goal in the schools, which is making students able to create, innovate, or doing new things, not only reproducing or repeating what other people have done, but students with special qualities such as high level of creativity and inventive attitude, or the habit of reflection in school staffs. They are definitely where education should work on.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. Very well done. Gracias. Rolando. No, no. Ve. Vivian Natalie.
Yes, Professor.
Could you repeat?
Yes, new generation must create, inventive, and discover new things, adapting to all change in the world, since artificial intelligence to climate change. So school should give students the necessary tools to develop these skills to learn, but also to be critical, verify, and provide better solutions.
Yes. Oh, very good. Okay, so you have done very well. Paraphrasing. This is one of the most important skills when you write a report or an essay, no? Because sometimes you're gonna get the idea, no? Like a phrase, like a question, something like that. And you have to paraphrase that. But you have done very well, very well. No? Let's continue checking just two more. A ver, Alicia Morales. Alicia Morales. Do you read, Alicia?
According to Jean Piaget, said that the main purpose of education in the school should be creating men and women who are able to do new things, not only repeating what other generations do, men and women who are creative, inventive, and resourceful, who can be critical and verify, and not receive everything they are given.
Yeah, good. Very good. So you had idea, change some words, okay? Change the order. And you can add also your opinion, okay? Okay. Yeah. Let's go to other. Ana Rocío Palenque.
Yes.
Do you read, please?
Education at school should have as a main aim the capacity of generating is proficient students and making new things for not performing the same as their previous generations. Innovative and ingenious students who can be analytical, collaborate, and not accept their offerings.
Yes. Very good. Very good. That's it. Excellent. Let's move on a little more. Ruth Franco, do you read?
Yes, Professor.
Please.
Jean Piaget suggests that the primary aim of education within schools should be to foster individuals who possess the capacity to engage in innovative endeavors rather than merely replicating the achievements of previous generations. These individuals should exhibit traits of creativity, ingenuity, and exploration, enabling them to think critically, question and validate information rather than unquestioningly embracing everything they encounter.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Excellent.
Thank you, Professor.
Okay. Alejandro Durán.
I'm here.
Yes, go on, please. Could you read, please?
Okay. Yes. Um, okay, the main objective of education in school should be to create people who can be able to do new things and not just to do the same of what other generations have done. Innovative, resourceful, and finder people who can be analytical and to check, but not accept everything that is offered to them.
Yes, you got it. Okay. Very good. So in that way, you are doing something that we say is a critical thing. Okay. Trying to understand. Okay. And to do the things to paraphrase and see in new words. Okay. You are working on this. That's it. Very good. Yes, that's it. Excellent. I can see the other. Okay. Andrea Paula, do you read this?
Yes, Professor. Do I have to read?
Yes, please.
Jean Piaget says that the main objective of education in schools should be to create men and women that are able to do contemporary things and not recreate what others have done. Men and women should not be only imaginative, ingenious, and also be cautious people and selective in everything they are offered.
Yes. Good. Excellent. You got it. Okay. Okay. You have done very well. Let's move on to something else. So, okay. And this is just a way to start working critical thinking. Okay. So let's start with our first unit. Okay. This week we're going to see from lesson 1 to lesson 5. Okay. And here we have the first lesson. Lesson 1, what is critical thinking skill, and data analysis. We're going to talk about this, and then you're going to do your homework. Okay. Okay, here we have again another phrase from Albert Einstein. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's something that we want to talk about. Curiosity, questioning. Okay. improve the ability to ask questions, to learn when we learn something, okay? Okay, can you see the PowerPoint? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, perfect.
Okay.
Count.
Okay. Okay. It's critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to effectively analyze information and form judgment. To think critically, you must be aware of your own biases and assumptions when encountering information and apply consistent standards when evaluating sources. Okay? So that means you have to think about your own ideas, your assumptions, your own prejudices, your own thoughts, okay? And you have to be aware of them and try to judge the new information with those things, okay? Critical thinking skills help you to identify credible sources, evaluate and respond to arguments, assess alternative viewpoints, and test hypotheses against relevant criteria. Okay, so all those these skills you can develop meanwhile you are trying to apply the techniques. Okay, I see you can here. Why is critical thinking important? Why do students these times need to develop this important skill? Helps to improve decision making, enhances problem solving ability. Reinforce your research skills. Reinforce your research skills. What polishes your creativity. Stimulates curiosity. Okay, that's why it's important. Critical thinking, no? Because every day we are going to do decisions. We have to solve problems. We have to develop our research skills. We have to develop creativity. We polish our creativity and it stimulates our curiosity. Critical thinking skills. Okay, those are the observations. The first one, the ability to notice and predict opportunities, problems, and solutions. It means that comes to well-reasoned conclusion and solution, testing them against relevant criteria and standards. Okay, so when you put in practice this, the observation, you are going to come to well-reasoned conclusion. The analysis, the gathering, understanding, and interpreting of data or another information. Gathers and assess relevant information, using abstract ideas to interpret it effectively. Okay, analysis, it's very important, no? To think about the things, no? To think about, to assess relevant information. Inference, okay, what's inference? Drawing conclusion based on relevant data, information, and personal knowledge and experience. What does it mean? Think open-mindedly within alternative system of thought, recognizing and assessing as need be their assumptions, implications, and practical consequences. Okay, that's inference. Drawing conclusions based on relevant data. Okay. Communication. That's the 4 skills that you need to develop. Okay. Communication. Sharing and receiving information with others verbally, non-verbally, and in writing.
Professor,
Sí.
we cannot see the slide,
Yes.
the second you are reading.
Oh, sorry. When I change it. No? Okay, wait a minute.
Now, yes.
Okay. So as I told you, the first one is observation. Okay. Second one, analysis, sorry, and 3, inference. Okay. Inference, drawing conclusion based on the relevant data. Drawing conclusions raises vital questions and problems, formulating them clearly and precisely. Communication, sharing and receiving information with others, verbally, non-verbally, and in writing. Communicates effectively with others in figuring out solutions to complex problems. And talking about problem solving, the process of gathering, analyzing, and communicating information to identify and troubleshoot solutions. Okay. Comes to well-reasoned conclusion and solution, testing against relevant criteria and standards. Okay. That's it. So we have the 5 steps, 5 critical thinking skills to develop this critical thinking. Okay. Observation, analysis, inference, communication, and problem solving. Okay. Okay. So if we follow these steps, we're going to develop this important skill, no? Critical thing. Meanwhile, we are doing something, we have to observe, we have to analyze, we have to infer, we have to communicate, and we have to solve problems. Okay? Let's see the slide. Yeah. Okay. The question is, how do I assess information critically? What do you think? How do I assess information critically? To critical analyze means to make judgment about the quality of evidence and include when it can or can't support your argument. Okay. So when you want to assess the information, you have to evaluate the evidence. Okay. Also, you can assess information on arguments critically by asking certain questions about the source. You can use the CRAB test, focusing on the accuracy, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose of the source of information. Okay, so here you have. This is the something that you have to use to evaluate some information, no? To assess the information. This is a method, a technique, no? Currency, okay? The first thing that you have to think is C, currency, okay? The second one, relevance, R, no? A, authority, okay? Where that information come from, no? Accuracy, how correct is this information? And purpose, no? What is the main objective of that information, okay? I have here the links, so we can see you can read to evaluate, to have as a source of evaluating science. Okay, so you have this is just a test. No? Okay, how? Okay. We're going to see this document 4, okay? Let's watch this before going to this other. Okay, so we're answering the question, how do I assess information critically? Okay, let's look for the document 4. And I'm going to upload in the this is okay. Here we have accuracy. What is accuracy? The reliability, truthfulness, and correctness of the content. So we can ask, where does the information come from? What are there other sources that verify the information? Is it supported by the evidence? Has the information been reviewed or referred? Okay. Does the language or tone seem unbiased and free of emotion? Unbiased means prejudice, something that we see that is reality. Okay. You can assess information arguments critically by asking certain questions about the source. You use the CRAFT test, focusing on accuracy, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose of the source of information. Okay, here you have a link. Okay, the authority. So we can ask questions about this. Who is the author, the publisher, source, sponsor? What are the credentials? Are the experts in the field of information we are researching? Is there contact information as a publisher or email addresses? Is information part of the main web page, or is it separate document? Does the URL reveal anything about the author of the source? Okay. For example, when you look something, you say commercial organization, you say EDU, U.S. educational institution, GOV, U.S. government, MIL, U.S. United States, UK, United Kingdom. So you have to look, when you read something, you have to look for the source, the author, the source of that document. The relevance, the importance of the information for your needs. Are all the sides of the question presented? Are there limitations? Is information at the appropriate level, not too elementary or advanced for your needs? Is information designed for a specific audience? Who is intended audience? Is information relevant to your information need? You can use it. If you are using a book, does it have a table of content, a preface or introduction, an index, and a bibliography? Okay, that's the relevance, the importance of information for your needs. Okay, the currency, the timeless of the information. What is the date of the information? Has it been updated? Is the accuracy important for your subject, or will older subjects work as well? Is information outdated? Are the links functional for online information? When we talk about accuracy. The purpose, the reason the information exists. What is the purpose of the information? Is it to inform, teach, sell, persuade, or entertain? What are the opinions of the author? Can you find it? Is information fact, opinion, or propaganda? Does the point appear objective or impartial? Are there political, ideological, cultural, religious, institutional, or personal biases? Okay, so this is an important table to evaluate, to assess any kind of information. Okay, we're going to try to put in practice this, just to practice this kind of evaluation. Okay, do you have any question? I think it's clear enough. Yes, we're going to look for a piece of reading, and we're going to evaluate this. Okay, right now you are going to look for a piece of information, okay, that you think that it is good for your needs, okay? Any topic, anything, okay? And you have to look for the piece of information, and then you're going to assess that piece of information, asking this question, okay? For example, you say you try accuracy, okay? You ask the first question and you answer, okay? second, and you answer according to the piece of information that you had get from the web. Okay, anything that you want to know, something. Okay, anything that you think that is interesting to read, or maybe it can help you to develop your report or your essay. Okay, remember that you are going to start looking for information for your reports and your essays. So you have to look for for a report, a topic, okay? And this is the essay also, you're going to get another topic, okay? So let's start doing this, okay? I'm gonna give you, it's 7:55 until 8:30 could be? 8:30, you have to get a piece of information, and then you are going to assess with this test. Remember, this is the CRAAP test. And you write there, CARP test. And you get the piece of information, okay? And you say number one, accuracy, it's okay. They don't, where does the information come from? Authority, what is the source? Relevance, okay? The currency, the purpose, okay? Have you got it?
Yes, sorry. Do we have this
different-
information on the?
Okay, you have to think about a topic, anything that you want to talk about in your report or your essay. Or let's say 2 topics for you to choose, okay? Let's look for on the web a piece of information, anything, a book, a blog, okay, whatever you need. And then you open it and you evaluate, okay? You do your test, okay? Yes.
Do we
And
have to
yes.